Hello everyone, welcome to the Honkai Star Rail Guide session. I'm your guide, Shiro Strife. In today's guide, I will show you how to build Seele. Seele or Seele, whatever you prefer to call her. She is a limited 5-star quantum damage in the Hunt path. I will go over her skills, her best in slot weapon, her best build, and of course her best teams. So let's get started. Let's go over to her skills first. For her normal attack, deals quantum damage equal to 50 until 130% of Seele's attack to a single enemy. And for her skill, increase Seele's speed by 25% for 2 turns and deals quantum damage equal to 110 until 275% of Seele's attack to a single enemy. For her ultimate, Seele entered the buff state and deals quantum damage equal to 255 until 510% of her attack to a single enemy. And for her talent, when defeating an enemy with basic attack, skill, or ultimate, Seele receives an extra turn. When this talent is triggered, the damage of Seele's attack increased by 40 to 100% for 1 turn. Enemies defeated in the extra turn provided by Resurgence will not trigger another Resurgence. But when use ultimate after the Resurgence is ended and kill with the ultimate, the Resurgence will trigger once more. And for her technique, Seele gains stealth for 20 seconds. While stealth is active, Seele cannot be detected by enemies, and when entering battle by attacking enemies, Seele will immediately enter the buff state. Now let's move on to the additional trace skill. This skill is unlocked when you are at Ascension 2. When current HP percentage is 50% or lower, reduce the chance of being attacked by enemies. And for Ascension 4, while Seele is in the buff state, her quantum resist penetration increased by 20%. And for her Ascension 6, after using a basic attack, Seele's next action will be advance forward by 20%. Seele have 3 stat increase in her trace, that is crit damage, attack, and defense. When maxing out her trace, you will gain 24% crit damage, 24% attack, and 12.5% defense. Now let's move on to her Eidolon. Remember, Eidolon 3 and 5 doesn't really matter because that's a trace level increase, so I will skip it. The only one that is matter is Eidolon 1, 2, 4, and 6. For her Eidolon 1, when dealing damage to an enemy whose HP percentage is 80% or lower, crit rate increased by 15%. For her Eidolon 2, the speed boost effect of Seele's skill can stack up to 2 more times. For her Eidolon 4, Seele regenerates 15 energy when she defeats an enemy. For her Eidolon 6, after Seele uses her ultimate, she will inflict a debuff to the enemy that will take additional quantum damage equal to 15% of Seele's ultimate damage every time they are attacked. If the target enemy is defeated by the debuff triggered by other allies' attack, Seele talents will not be triggered. When Seele is knocked down, the debuff inflicted on the enemies will be removed. Now, let's move on to her build relics. For early game, go with Musketeer of Wild Wheat to increase more attack, or Thief of Shooting Meteor to increase her damage when she's breaking an enemy. And for endgame is Genius of Brilliant Stars. This is the only relics that increase quantum damage bonus, so this is the best one for Seele. For the Planar Sphere and Link Rope, you can go Space Sealing Station for more attack, or Celestial Differentiator for more crit damage and crit rate. For the substats, you must focus on attack percent, speed, crit damage, crit rate, and break effect. For the main stat, for the body, it's either crit rate or crit damage, which one that you really need more, and boots is attack percent. Do not go for speed because Seele is already have enough speed for trigger the Planar Sphere and the Link Rope effect if you have some of speed in your substat. And for the Planar Sphere, go for the quantum damage bonus because that's the only good one. And for the Link Rope is either attack percent or break effect. For her best in slot weapon, for the 5-star, is her own signature light cone that is in the night, or the free-to-play option that is cruising in the Stellar Sea. Both of these are increased crit rate, so it's really good. For a 4-star, it's very optional, it's called Swordplay. This will increase the damage dealt to the same enemy you attack, and it can stack up to 5 times. This will be removed if you change another target. So this is a 1v1 kind of situation, so it's very optional. For the 3-star and the most free-to-play option is Arrow and Darting Arrow. Arrow is increased crit rate for 3 turns, and for Darting Arrow is increased attack for 3 turns if you defeat an enemy. Lastly, let's talk about the team. If you're running a full 4-star team, go with March 7, Ting Yun, and Asta. If you're running on a full 5-star team, go for Depart, Bronya, and Welt. And if you want a variety, you can put Bronya, Asta, or Ting Yun, and Welt. And that is the end of the guide session. If you are going for an Eidolon for Seele, I don't think you really need to. E0 Seele is already strong enough, but E1 Seele is pretty nice to have. So yeah. Anyway, this is the end of the guide. This is Shiro Strife, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.